2 count today is something that I was thinking about. I guess it was today's Thursday, so it was yesterday. I was thinking about Drew and Dolph Ziggler in their segment on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw at one point became a Drew McIntyre appreciation night. Jesus fucking Christ. So, of course, Drew comes out after Baron Corbin puts him over. Big video package on how great Drew McIntyre is, blah, blah, blah. Drew comes out to accept this, I guess, metal medallion, some piece of shit that they look like they got out of some machine or whatever. Here's your medal of appreciation, whatever the case may be. Just a side note, if you wanted to do a medal, you should have him take Kurt Angle's medal. That would have gave him more heat. That way you'd already have him retiring.
And he just beat him.
He just beat him. You were close to retire him, and now
let this guy book the territory.
The skin in my hand, but
let
another story for another time.
Let him book the territory.
So, of course, now Dolph comes out and seems like he's bitter about the whole thing. What about me? I brought you here. I'm the brains behind the organization, blah, blah, blah. Drew smacks him in the face with a dose of reality. I'm the brains and the brawn. I just used you to get on top, and now look at me. I'm on top of the mountain. Okay, all of this is perfect. Where I have the problem with this is the booking of the match. That match isn't a Raw match. That is a pay-per-view match. It is set up to be so. We know what's going to happen when Dolph meets Finn. Chances probably that Finn is going to probably lose. So if you're going to play this game, take Finn out. Sorry, Finn, I love you. Put Dolph in, build it up to the TLC card, and then play it out. Now, the second part, the even bigger, like the kick in the nuts, dare I say, the Shinsuke Nakamura of this bitch. You kick him and it still doesn't help. You kick him in the nuts by having Drew lose. He loses for the first time on Raw by pinfall or submission for the first time to Dolph Ziggler? Come on, man. If you're going to do it, then do it on the pay-per-view. Don't give it away for free. Build it up the right fucking way. You got all kinds of ways to do this. You choose to do it the lazy way. Give us an okay match. But now all of a sudden you got into where Drew wins. Dolph is not, Drew loses. He's no longer undefeated. Dolph wins a match that he doesn't need. What now about Finn Balor? If you wanted to give it up and you wanted to play like that, have Finn Balor win that match. Maybe you can get Finn Balor over, give him a little push. God forbid he's the first Universal Champion of all time, but another story for another time. The whole thing just bugs me because it's just lazy shit. There's 2 or 3 things that are good about Raw. This might have been one of them, but they took the lazy way out. Please.
Murray.
I thought it was interesting that at least Finn was in 2 segments on Raw, but whatever. But yeah, look, man, I love both of those guys. Drew significantly more, in my opinion, than Dolph Ziggler. I wanted Dolph Ziggler to become a massive star, and they just kept kind of juggling him around, and it almost made me lose interest.
He's
on
a really
him.
good hand.
You were the guy. You were the guy, probably just like me, figuratively, in the background of Raw, that was always holding that sign that said "Push Ziggler."
For real? No, honestly,
I was too.
Because he's a talker. He's got a personality. No matter what character they put him in, he's a great wrestler.
For a long time, he's been the best bumper.
Yeah. No, he's great. He's got like that little bit of Shawn Michaels, a little bit of some of the greats of the past.
Yeah.
But at this point, after they gave him, what was it, the U.S. title on SmackDown, and he just put it on the thing and just walked away, and they did nothing with that.
Don't get me started.
Now, yeah, I've been more interested since then putting him and Drew together, but I agree with Jason. That was not a Raw match. That was a pay-per-view match. That is something they've been working towards building this entire time, like they were with the Shield too. This is a build that, and then, yeah, they'll probably still somehow do it in a pay-per-view, but they'll add somebody else like Finn or somebody, and it won't make any sense.
I'll play devil's advocate here.
Do it.
So, this wasn't ideal, but Raw is hurting for baby faces. They need baby faces, and right now their top baby faces are Finn, Elias, and nobody else.
Seth Rollins,
who was, Seth Rollins is kind of he's kind of in a thing of his own right now.
But he's a baby face.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so those are the 3 top baby faces.
Right.
Is there another one? The next one would be like Apollo Crews.
Ronda, yeah, but in this scenario,
I'm talking about men.
Yeah.
So they had That'd be a nice little like if you could play. I'm talking about men.
Full on Dupree over here.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But they need to make another babyface. And Vince is not against doing a short-term thing to have a babyface right there in that moment. Now, what really weirded me out about this was that Dolph won. Dolph won the match. Dolph beat Drew McIntyre. So I don't think that Vince really has any plans for Dolph going forward. But
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
I was playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was.
Okay. See? Go ahead. Take the time.
The match wasn't that bad.
I'm not saying the match was bad.
The match was fine. I wish that would have been a 17-minute WWE, the equivalent of a WWE barn burner between Drew and Dolph Ziggler, because we know that if Drew and Dolph Ziggler were given 17 minutes, they could do it. So what they got like 13 minutes.
No, and it was a good match.
It was not a bad match.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It was a bad match. The only reason that made it was a bad match is because it was stuck in the middle of a shitty ass Raw that nobody gave the fuck about, and they killed that Raw audience right at the beginning with the first two segments that were identical with women best friends who were fighting with 5 other different women. It sucked.
Yeah, well, that's good. They keep lumping them all together like that instead of actually using them properly. So it's gonna suck when you start off the show that way.
Yes, it
start us
sucks.
off with a fucking match.
They did.
Oh, before anyone speaks.
No,
They did.
It's just
They did.
The best Raw of the last year was when they did that gauntlet match.
Yeah. Yep.
Where with all 6 guys that were going to be in, or all 5 guys that were going to be in that, I can't remember what pay-per-view it was, but it was that gauntlet match where Seth Rollins went for like an hour and 10 minutes whatever it was. That was the best Raw of the last year. And
I'm not going to disagree with that, but that's to my point. Okay.
I was playing devil's advocate.
I
Of course,
know,
I agree with you. I was
I'll
just trying to play devil's advocate.
I'll go off the reservation.
Please, Zach.
Oh shit.
And I think this is even more accurate than anything, which is
Buckle up.
it doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter to us because nobody's going to remember this Monday who won, lost, and they're not going to remember, and it's definitely not going to affect how they write next week. Doesn't matter. They don't fucking care.
But check us out next week on the Banned From Ringside podcast, everybody. Make sure you guys check us out next week.
Just because they don't give a shit doesn't mean I'm not going to give a shit.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying they don't care, man.
Zach,
I'm not gonna-
that's
I'm
what's
not gonna
called
disagree with
exposing
that.
the podcast business.
Man, I'm not going to be that.
Of
dude.
course nobody cares.
No, I'm not going to be that cynical.
Our commentary on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown is more entertaining than Raw and SmackDown. So keep listening to us. to get your
it's
entertainment.
more entertaining than Raw. SmackDown actually has their
Yeah,
shit
all right,
together.
all right.
Raw
I was
is
just trying
a
to talk
whole.
us up, so.
I'm being humble about it.
We're better than
SmackDown
everything,
is, yeah,
WWE.
right. SmackDown is good. Raw is just on a whole nother level of train
Like
wreck.
Jason's dick is 12 inches. Like, nah, it's only 9.
Just to say, Becky, don't you say a word.
I really had a joke. Dude. I'm not going to say it.
Say it.
No, I'm not going to say the joke.
it.
So,
Joe.
Everybody, listen to me. The Good Smart just told me to go subscribe. Yeah, try it again. Everybody go subscribe to the YouTube channel from Banned From Ringside. The Good Smart says that he don't see you there. Let me try it again. BFR314 says hashtag boo the heels. But now in this case, we're doing YouTube. So the Good Smart says smash that subscribe button. Make sure that we get these likes. Make sure we get this subscription, please.
Ditch that 9 to 5, time to feel alive.